Hi travelers, this is going to be your Aries Sun, Moon, and Rising video for May 2025. And so I just want to get straight into the reading. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I already did some shuffling and meditation on your sign and glyph. This might be a little too bright. And so I'm going to put another shuffle and rifle on the cards so that you can see me deal them. I hope everybody had a safe Easter weekend. Mine was kind of uneventful. Okay, we're going to cut the cards. Ready? Here we go. The Two of Wands. The Hierophant. I gotta fix that. Padding is too large. I don't know why. Oh, hold on. Okay. So there's a Hierophant. The High Priestess. The Knight of Cups. I think there's too much light in the corner. The Knight of Coins. The Ace of Cups. Last row. I'm going to turn this. So maybe that won't be so much clearer. Last row, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Fool card. What's over the entire reading? The energy, the Three of Wands. So what do I have? I have one wand, 2 cups, 2 pentacles, a sword, and 3 major arcana. Right in the center, I have the Knight of Pentacles. And we'll discuss that in a minute. Okay. There was something going on outside, so I had to stop. So, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the center. Everything else is going on around the Knight of Pentacles. And there's implied movement in the spread because I have horses. So right off the bat, I can tell you that there may be a male friend or a male person that you feel that you cannot trust his sincerity in what he's saying. Okay? But I also think there is a decision here to be made. Why? Because I have 2 twos. So this could be about partnership. It could be about a business partnership or a friendship. I also have 2 cards of not necessarily business, but negotiations. Let me put it that way. So to start off with, we have the 2 of Wands. And 2s always represent some kind of choice, option, duality, a crossroads, a decision to be made. And this one says that you kind of feel like you've got everything under control, but you know there's more to do. Here with the Hierophant, it's a 5, and 5s always represent change. It's a church kind of energy, a kind of a discordant kind of energy. It's not necessarily a steady energy, but it says that there's changes, it's ups and downs. Here with the Hierophant represents higher knowledge. So it could represent things like higher education, the church, anywhere where there are traditional rules and regulations. But also talks about a marriage. See the 2 acolytes at his feet? So this could be about contracts. And what is a marriage if not a contract? The High Priestess is a 2. So this is where I get my 2 2s from. I'm saying that it's about some kind of partnership or relationship. But the 2 of the High Priestess is a card which says trust your intuition. He's all about giving his advice outwardly. Oh, come on. But she is more about trusting your intuition, what you feel on the inside. It says to go within so you can actually figure out what's going on. But these 2 knights here, I think, create some kind of problem. The first knight is the Knight of Cups. And cups are always just an emotional quotient. How you feel about something that's happening or going on in your life. And if you notice, the knight has the wings of Mercury on his head and on his feet. So this could be about somebody coming into your life. But he's the kind of person that he says all the right things. He does all the right things. He makes you feel really good, but he never gives you concrete examples of what's going on. Why? Because you see the horse is standing at midstream. Hasn't crossed the water yet. It's kind of a fickle energy. This damn camera. It's a fickle energy. Maybe if I don't move so fast. But the Knight of Coins is a more steadier knight. Both of them bring messages and news, but these are events. So I say that maybe someone has entered your life, and you will either have some kind of finance associated with it, money, or he will do something. Okay, but this could be you as well. I usually read knights like up to 40 or 45 years of age. Your kings are more 50 and older. And the Knight of Pentacles is standing stock still. He's not moving. So this says that there is a message coming which will have to do either with finances or the doing of something. And I think the message is brought by this Knight of Cups. But it's kind of not a sketchy message, but a message where you're not quite sure what is happening. Okay? Because on the back side of these two knights, you have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is simply an opportunity for a fresh new emotional start. It doesn't guarantee that you will be happy. It doesn't guarantee anything. It just says there's an opportunity for you to get a fresh emotional start. Or perhaps a partner comes into your life. A business partner or a romantic partner. It could be either one. It could be money, a new opportunity for finance, new finances coming into play. But here I have the bottom row, I have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is all about waiting for the harvest to come in. It's about taking a step back and thinking about what you're going to do when it's time to move forward. That's what the sevens represent. Is a focus on not a completion, but just a focus of taking a step back. Because if this card to me always says, if you do this thing, because we have the Pentacle from the Knight of Cups, Knight of Coins, it's a new opportunity or new finance or something new to do. But you have to ask yourself, can you afford to do it? Do you have the energy to do it? How are you going to handle it? You have your six things on your bush, which sixes indicate a balance and harmony. But now a seventh thing is being introduced. And you have to decide if it's something you've been waiting on, are you going to do it or not? Then we have the Nine of Swords. And to me, this is kind of out of character from all the cards. And your pip cards, like the Two of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the six, the seven, and the nine, represent mundane issues. Core cards either represent, they always represent messages to me. Like someone, maybe you get the message that someone that you care about is on this way. Or someone can actually enter into your life or your environment. But usually these messages are preceded by an event. So someone coming in and the message comes along. But the Nine of Swords implies that first it's a focus on another pause and reflection. But it's one that says sorrow and fear, something either bad happened or you feel that it's going to happen. It's about fear, this card. It shows to me the nine swords look like a ladder that you're all in your mind, in your head. So maybe having nightmares, insomnia, you can't sleep, maybe your conscience is bothering you. Maybe something happened that you can't get out of your head. But your goal is to figure it out so you can get out of your head. Climb up. And then we have the Fool. And either the Fool talks about a new beginning or a new cycle because it's zero. Some tarot cards put the Fool at the end. Some tarot cards decks put them at the beginning. And anything can happen when the Fool comes out. Oh man, come on. Come on. anything happens when the Fool comes out. So this could be telling you to take a risk, take a chance, go for it. But it could also be a warning to you not to be foolish. Don't take a risk. Be more prudent. The Fool card represents the planet Uranus. So I think whatever happens to you, it's going to be a shock. So in a way, it definitely represents a new emotional opportunity. But I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. The Three of Wands represents a time where you are I think you were making a decision. You were headed in the right direction or in a direction. Then something happened and you had to back up because it goes from a 3 to a 2. And you're looking back. It says you had already made plans. You are setting your ships to sail. You are taking a risk. You are building something with somebody else. Or you are in cooperation and partnership. But then something happens. And I think you had to turn around. It's only the 2 Knights that gave me pause here, because it says 2 Knights mean you doubt the word of a male friend or the sincerity of a male friend. So I don't know who this male friend is or what he is going to say or do. So let me check my book here. We can only look at the pip cards as they relate to the 3 major arcana. So we look at the 2 of Wands. And the 2 of Wands also talks about a letter or email or message coming in. So I think that's what happened. I think you had to turn back from what you were planning on doing. Your plans change because it's some kind of message that comes saying somebody is going to arrive. That doesn't tell me anything about the 2 of Wands next to these 3 cards. Let's go to the Ace of Cups. It tells me nothing next to these 3 cards. The 7 of Pentacles. Tells me nothing. So now we go to the 9 of Swords. I honestly think that this message or person that enters into your life, you are either going to be required to do something, or he's going to present you with a new opportunity to do something. 9 of Swords. With the High Priestess. It's telling you to be prepared to face certain truth. It asks you to have no fear, as this will only hinder you. It is time to face facts and take responsibility. It brings a message that you must be prepared to face truth and not be afraid or fearful. There's also a meaning of the Fool card at the end of a reading. And the end of, I think, at the end of a reading, the Fool talks about it signifies that you are at the beginning of a journey. Circumstances will come about that will force a change in direction. That's what I said. I felt that you had to change direction. So, I don't know what it means. So I'm going to look at the two knights, because something about the situation makes you either sad or it makes you lose sleep. Or have nightmares, or a guilty conscience, or maybe fearful. This card is saying, with this card, don't be fearful. But maybe you got to work that out. The Donna de Servicio, this card is like somebody saying, welcoming you or waving goodbye. I like a truce card. This person is supposed to be a helper. She's a servant. Here I have the, damn it! Here I have the dispiacere. What it says is a message will arrive that will cut you to the quick. It doesn't tell me what the message is about. But you see the letter on the table? It contains bad news or worrying news. This is the cost of 2 and the Suspirity, which says, you know how I talked about the discordant energies of the Hierophant? This card says that you may feel as if you're being left behind, particularly as it comes to relationship and love. But that really what you fear is coming from a fear in the future. It's about projecting your fears of the future into the present. And so, even if you do feel sad, like this card, because this is when it talks about despair, sorrow, all those emotions that go with feeling like you got left behind or you lost out on something, that's a fear that may not be well founded. The arrow pointing in the opposite direction. You're looking in the wrong direction is what it's saying. Okay? So, I have with me Oracle cards, the Psychic Oracle Tarot. Oh man. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. Let's just see if we can get it to focus. I don't know why. Come on. There we go. So, we're going to shuffle the cards, and I'll pull one card for you and read to you what it says. Oh, there it pulled out the universe. That's a major arcana. It relates to the World card. It says you have come far on your journey, and it's time to be rewarded for your efforts. The card symbolizes completion, triumph, peace, liberation, and fulfillment. Everything you strive for is within your reach. Meet it halfway and grab it. Grab it. The universe is the last of the major arcana cards and reflects the work that you have accomplished on your travels. And by travels, it means going through life. But more importantly, it represents the wisdom that you've gained along the way. You should now honor and acknowledge the truly wonderful soul that you are and accept the vital part that you play in the bigger scheme of life. The world is yours to command, and you're free to travel in whatever direction your heart desires. You're connected to everything in the cosmos. The universe card is a reminder that the same energy making up the stars in the sky is the same energy that's coursing through the universe and is in each and every individual. In ancient times, many believed each star was the soul of one person. They also believed that these souls shine so brightly to guide others through the darkness, and so too can your wise soul. I think the key is in this card. You're holding the world in your hand. So whatever this news is, don't be afraid. Okay? And that's what I have for you. Thank you, Aries, and good luck.